Irony Curtain is a point-and-click adventure set in a satirical version of the 1950s Red Scare era. As Evan Kowalski, an American-raised communism fanboy, you get dragged into a spy adventure that takes Evan from the fictionalized West to the Russia-inspired Matryoshka. Evan is by all accounts an idiot, and his dialogue reinforces that fact as often as possible. His love of communism is at odds with his peers in the West, as well as the people of Matryoshka actually living under the system. This irony is clearly the crux of the game's attempts at humor, but they constantly fall flat due to jokes that feel dated, overwrought, and just plain nonsensical. One specific example involves a misunderstanding regarding what was meant by "present your ass for inspection." Several lines of dialogue and multiple characters are used to sell a gag that ends with a weak punchline, which is exactly how I felt about the boring plot overall. The actual point-and-click gameplay doesn't fare much better. Early puzzles feel logical, leading you down a chain of events that make sense with the objects you'd use. But later, you begin to juggle a larger number of items that need to be combined and used in less intuitive ways. This leads to wild guessing instead of actual puzzle solving. The maps allow you to highlight interactive elements, which is helpful, and a literal phone hint line exists in almost every area. Those sometimes took a small puzzle to access, but definitely point you in the right direction when you get stuck. A couple short, repetitive minigames round out the rest of the gameplay, but were no more entertaining. Visually, the developer Artifxex Mundi went for a cartoony look which fits the silly premise, but I didn't like the style chosen. The still backgrounds are fine, but the characters have off-putting proportions, and in-game character animations appear to be of a higher quality than those in cutscenes, which are reminiscent of old Flash games. The voice work, however, is consistently good, especially from Evan.
Whew, that's a lot of restrictions. They include, but are not limited to, suitcases, bombs, suitcase bombs, snippy rebuttals, snarky rejoinders, backhanded compliments, cute...
Even if the writing was largely unfunny, it was always well delivered. Most of the music and sound design was pleasant, though I did come across some incidents where short bits of dialogue didn't play, and where a man saying placeholder would play instead of an actual sound effect. A satirical look at government ideologies admittedly isn't something that initially excited me, but Irony Curtain failed to pull me in with any part of what it has to offer, and with a $20 price tag, I find it difficult to recommend. The game is available on Steam and GOG, with the launch on all three consoles to come at a later date.